Hey everybody, this is David Avellan, and you're about to see one of my favorite techniques off my Kimura trap system, which is going to be released on August 28th. You can learn more about ordering online at kimuratrap.com. Remember, after watching the video, please click the like button and share it with a friend, or leave a comment at the bottom so I can know what you think. Thanks, and enjoy the video. I'm going to show you now one of my greatest weapons with the Kimura trap, which is taking the back, and then we're going to be finishing with a one-arm choke. I was able to use part of this finish in Abu Dhabi in 2009 against Tarsus Humphreys to win and take third in the world, right, the 87.9 kilogram division. Right, so this is a super powerful move. This is like the starting point for the Kimura trap attacks. All right, so let's break it down and demonstrate it. Let's go ahead and break it down. All right, so once we get into the Kimura trap like before, he shoots in, I tell him, boom, I get here, all right? And now I have my control. He doesn't really have much options as where to go, okay? Because when I have this right, he can go to his left, right? Because then he's giving me the Kimura, all right? He can't really go over me, all right? Because I have my hips right behind his head. He can't turn. So he only has one place to go, which is to roll this way. And that's everybody's natural instinct. So it works in your advantage. You know exactly where he's going. All right? And when I'm holding this, when he goes to turn into me, okay, it's going to take him a lot of effort. It's going to be slow for him to try to get up. So I'm going to use that. All right? So as he starts to try to get up, my bottom knee, you can see it slides right underneath his hip. So he comes, boom. All right, and by doing so, my hips now are on his back. All right. My other leg will go ahead, boom, and make a hook right here. All right. And from this point now, I almost got his back. All right, my hips are in place. All right. Now I want to get my chest in place, but first I'm going to do my hand switch, okay, right here, okay, super important. Right now, I have the Kimura still. I'm going to switch my hands, all right, so I'm going to go from my left over to my right to control his wrist. And as I do this switch, boom, I'm coming up behind him now, all right, and now you can see I'm putting my chest, boom, right on his back as I dig in for the choke right here. Okay, when I dig in for the choke, I'm doing like a V-type motion, all right, where I'm gonna go under and then up. And I'm hooking the far shoulder now. Okay, so again, I'm here, switch, boom. Okay, so now I have the wrist still controlled, I got one of my hooks, and I got a choke sunk in here. All right, to finish this, I wanna get both hooks in, so I'm gonna roll them over to my left, all right? As I pull and start squeezing this choke, all right, and bring him here. As you can see, when I bring him here, now I expose his legs so I can take the hook. I'll keep this, all right, and now I have what I call the one-arm choke, all right, and all I gotta do to finish this is drag my elbow, boom, right here. Okay, I'll go over that a little bit more in detail, all right. Go ahead, sit up here. So the way the one-arm choke works is that I'm bringing my hand right here. I have the wrist control, okay? And all I'm doing is that I'm dragging this elbow over his shoulder. You see right now, my left elbow is in front of his shoulder. I drag it, all right, so it comes on top of the shoulder, okay? And what's happening, the forearm is cutting into the front of the throat right here as I go. What's important is that you want to have a good anchor, all right here, so that as I'm pulling, that this arm stays here. It's also important that you keep the wrist control, all right, so that as I do this, he doesn't twist in with me and try to fight the hand. So boom, right here, all right? And finally, you want to use your shoulder or your head to push into the back of his head to get even more leverage from the choke, much like you would with a rear naked. Okay, so all together, I'm here, boom, all right? Very strong choke, right? This is the same choke I used against Tarsus Humphreys, all right, to tap him out. So tested on the world level, all right? So from the beginning, just to go get everything in once again, I'm here. He starts to turn, bomb that comes in, I get my hook, switch my hands, get behind. Once I'm here now, boom, I finish my choke. If, for whatever reason, you didn't want to do a one-arm choke, you could always just come into a rear naked. So that's taking the back and finishing the one-arm choke from the Kimura trap. Some common mistakes people make when trying to set up the one-arm choke from the Kimura trap, all right? From the starting position, okay, when I'm right here, the person, when they turn, okay, go ahead, they, instead of trying to get the bottom leg in first, they try to throw the hook first, okay? Even if I do get the hook right here, without my bottom knee coming in, all right, he could still power into me and turn. Because I don't really have the back yet. Because I haven't engaged my hips, all right? So the very first thing you gotta do, he turns, boom, that knee comes in here, okay? Even without the hook, if he starts turning into me, I'm still go. Okay? By having that bottom leg in, I'm already behind him, okay? So it's super important. Afterwards, then we get the hook, okay? And once we have this hook, all right, the next thing where people get confused on is the switch of the hands. They don't know how to control this. It's not a deal breaker if you don't control his wrist, but you might as well grab it if you can, all right? If I just come in here, I'm losing control of his arm, so now it's another hand for him to defend and fight off the back, okay? So when I'm here, it's simply just, boom, coming in this way, all right? So my bottom hand will remain controlling the wrist right here. This arm, all right, coming in for the choke is another area where people get stuck on. They forget to bring their chest. If I just come in like this, I haven't glued my chest to his back yet. So I want to use my bottom elbow to sit up so I can come directly behind him rather than off to the side. Like right now, my chest is centered with his shoulder. Where I'm at, I want to lift up, boom, okay, and put the center of my chest in the center of his back, all right, which is also going to put me in better position to find this choke here, all right. Now, I could finish the choke, you know, right from here, but I want to get full control, all right? So don't get excited when you get here. I want to roll him first so I can expose his hip and get my second hook in, right? If you're in the sport, this is going to give you the full points and the full control. So I come in here, boom, okay? Now, at this point, I'm good to go. I can go ahead and finish the choke. Go ahead and sit up here. The one-arm choke, again, is very unique. You won't really see it anywhere else. So it's another area where people could get stuck with, all right? When I have the choke here, a lot of people think that they're just trying to squeeze the arm like this, all right? And even if you're a very strong dude, you know, if I'm just like squeezing, it's not doing anything, all right? It's just making them uncomfortable, all right? So it's not a squeeze. You want to think of this like almost like a lapel choke, where I'm like dragging across this way, all right? It's a similar type of effect, all right? Where I'm anchoring, okay, on this shoulder right here, and then I'm pulling this elbow way back, out, boom. Okay, so the key is in having a good anchor and then dragging this shoulder from the front all the way over to the back of his shoulder. The other extra tip, all right, is using your shoulder or your head to push. right? Because this is working almost in the same principle as a rear naked choke. When you do a rear naked choke, right, you don't just squeeze here, you use your hand to push his head down, right? So you want to have that same thing for the one-arm choke. So get your head involved or get your shoulder, but I can lean in, all right, and I can get that shearing force where I'm pushing his head down as I drag my arm up through his throat, all right? So those were some common mistakes that people make when doing the one-arm choke from the Kimura trap. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this and want to see more of my Kimura trap system, put your name and your email on the form to the right and you'll get first access to all my content and also be first to order online, which you'll be able to do on August 28th at kimuratrap.com. Thank you and have a fantastic day.